On March 25th, a banquet to welcome Brazilian President Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva, hosted by Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako, was held at the Imperial Palace for the first time in 6 years. Among the roughly 110 participants were Princess Kako, who joined an imperial banquet for the first time, and those with a connection to Brazil. The event started with speeches and toasts by Emperor Naruhito and President Lula.
2008年、日本人ブラジル移住100周年にあたり、私は再び帰国を訪問いたしました。その際には、ブラジリアで紀大統領から大変心のこもったおもてなしをいただきました。それから17年、ご夫妻をこうして国賓として日本の地にお迎えし、晩餐会を開催できますことを誠に感慨深く思います。
The dress code was not the usual tails, tuxedo, or long dress, but everyday clothes for the first time at the request of the Brazilian side. Men wore dark suits and women clad in day-wear dresses. Japanese food, including stick sushi, was served as an appetizer, and Edo-faceted glass for sake were placed on the table. French cuisine has been traditionally offered at the imperial banquet since the Meiji period. Japanese dishes had already been introduced at luncheon events, but it was the first time they were offered at a dinner banquet, making it a major change. The video shows chopsticks being placed on the table as well. According to the Imperial Household Agency, Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako wanted to share washoku, or Japanese cuisine that has also been recognized as a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage, with their guests. They asked President Lula and the First Lady's preference in advance, sampled the dishes beforehand, and even gave input on the presentation. Additionally, gagaku, or traditional Japanese court music, was performed as the music for the guest's departure for the first time. The two were pleased to see their Brazilian guests being happy with the appetizer and the dishes, and had apparently expressed their gratitude to the staff in the division who were in charge of the meals and music. Emperor Naruhito and President Lula had joyful expressions on their faces during their reunion after 17 years. The Emperor's visit to Brazil in 2008 marked the 100th anniversary of Japanese immigration to Brazil. During the visit, he mentioned in a speech the hardships faced by the immigrants and expressed his gratitude, saying, "We can never forget the warmth and kindness of the Brazilian government and society in welcoming them." President Lula also praised the efforts of the Japanese-Brazilian community. At a banquet hosted by the President Lula welcomed Emperor Naruhito at the entrance and guided him up a staircase. Even when they watched the roughly 500 fireworks being launched over the government district, President Lula seemed genuinely delighted standing next to the emperor. The banquet itself was a casual buffet-style dinner where everyone helped themselves to Brazilian cuisine. The dress code was dark suits, the same as the recent banquet at the Imperial Palace. Emperor Naruhito wanted to return the same hospitality that he received in Brazil in a Japanese style. Before returning to his country, President Lula had reportedly said that it was the best visit to Japan ever, and that he will never forget the warm welcome. This shows that the Emperor and Empress's heartfelt hospitality was conveyed.